The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Broncos going up against the Ravens. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. We are honored to be here for the biggest spectacle in sports, the Super Bowl. Are you ready, partner?
I am more than ready, and I love the word you used, honored, because it is an honor to be here. It's a privilege to be here. My excitement is just about to burst through the booth. I can't wait to do this.
Well, and sitting with both of these teams and talking in the meetings and media day and all the hoopla that goes into this, there was one common theme. They're ready to stop the talking and start playing football.
Yeah, they were probably ready a while ago. Now they can just focus on it. It's done. The only talking they have to worry about now is post-game, and they hope that they'll be talking as the winning team.
And we'll see. You know, both sides come in with a game plan to start. We'll see how the adjustments are made throughout, because there are always adjustments in this game.
I want to see if they come out conservative, trying to minimize errors, or if they have enough confidence to attack early and try and take advantage of the other team's nervousness.
We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So before Denver takes over, we get a look at Trevor Siemian. He'll be commanding the offense as he did this past year for Denver. 18 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, over 3,400 yards. And now the question is, will he be the guy going forward? Time will tell.
And he's going to have to continue to earn it, despite the fact that he earned the respect of his fellow players last year. They named him a captain about midseason. He battled injuries last year. He had a bad shoulder, ended up getting off-season shoulder surgery. But he's got to hold off the challenge of the #1 draft pick of 2016, Paxton Lynch. One thing I do know about Trevor Siemian, quietly confident in his own abilities.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Here's Siemian now on second down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 78 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes Baltimore's offense. The Ravens finishing the year, Charles, at 8-8. Flacco under center. Finished the year with over 4,300 passing yards. He actually topped Vinny Testaverde for the Ravens single-season franchise record.
For so many people who wondered, can Joe Flacco actually carry a team? Well, I think it's been answered. He can actually do that. But do they want him to do it? Because the way the Ravens play, their style predicated on having a really strong running game. They didn't quite get there this year. They had a couple of guys who ran okay, but they needed better performances there.
He's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
He's going to try and go deep again. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. In this offense, they look towards Steve Smith a lot.
It's a good idea, because if you don't, you're going to hear about it. No one plays the wide receiver position angrier or better than Steve Smith Sr.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Flacco off play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Brandon Marshall, no, not the wide receiver, a quality linebacker who can cover very well.
They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
To pass, Flacco. The open man is Smith. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there looking for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the 1st down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did, and batted it away.
And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Brandon, this is why play callers get the big bucks. This wasn't a 4th and inches call. You get into situations like 4th and 3, 4th and 4. You've got a tough decision to make. Very gutsy play here, and they pick up the 1st down.
Oh, he shifts past him, and he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The ground game, no doubt, that was an issue for Baltimore this year, finishing 28th. Now, West, he was their leader, but only 774 yards.
Can you believe you just said that? The ground game was an issue for Baltimore?
Yeah.
Because that's what they're based on. I mean, that's who they are offensively. Being able to run the football, set that tone, set that physicality, and then throw the ball off of it. That wasn't Ravens football in 2016. I can't wait to see what they do next season. And will Terrence West be their lead running back?
Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Now Flacco. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They start the drive with Anderson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The offense on your screen now, and our first look at C.J. Anderson.
And what a look it's going to be. Making a name for himself rapidly, running the football.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. To throw on 2nd is Simeon. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Sanders, the former SMU product, had 79 catches last year, over 1,000 yards. 5 touchdowns. They're going to need more of him in Denver if they want to get back into the playoffs.
Part of a great tandem, he and Demaryius Thomas. And Demaryius plays out wide. He's one of those guys that you send him out there and let him work one-on-one and use his big body and his big frame to get open. Emmanuel Sanders, he has the ability to work inside as well. And he's not just quick, he's also fast, and he's dependable for a quarterback because a lot of the routes he runs are right in the sight line. Easy throws for a QB.
In the backfield is Anderson. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here's Simeon. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
So let me make sure I have this right. He's already found the end zone once, and now he's ripped off a big chunk of yardage here on this one. His confidence is awfully high. So now I've got to put myself in the shoes of the defensive coordinator. Do I go ahead and sell out to try and stop him and force him to do something different? Or do I risk him having a big monster day against my defense?
From the gun, here's Simeon. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. First carry for Justin Forsett. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Emmanuel Sanders, 45 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, trying to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Passing play. Flacco. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And Steve Smith still making catches on Madden, but his career is over, finishing it with over 1,000 grabs, over 14,000 yards, and 81 touchdowns.
And no one went out better, as far as I'm concerned, than Steve Smith. Did you see his letter to the commissioner?
Tell me about it.
Where he said that I will no longer be around to antagonize defensive backs.
And he did just that.
Agent 89 out. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. And incomplete on the deep ball. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. And now it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Throwing left side, it's complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
2nd down now after the incompletion.
I think that's a big-time play there, because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he's able to battle the run.
It's caught. Kamar Aiken. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw. On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So that's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
That is caught at the 7.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Terrence West taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Back to throw, Simeon. Green's got it over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Back deep for the Ravens, Michael Campanaro. To stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for Baltimore first. So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. It's a close game here early on. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a first down. On the ground, it's West again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Steve Smith that time. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way that he made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. Flushed out right. This is intercepted. And he's got room. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things.
Anderson loses the football, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Second down following the run.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now it's Simeon. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. C.J. Anderson, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. 3rd and 2, Simeon. No, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Ravens are going to have a first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Give him 27 yards that time. And it'll give the Ravens a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run it with West. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. This is West. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Steve Smith from 10 yards out. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Simeon on first down. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll give the Broncos a first down.
Well, the bad news, the Denver Broncos did make the playoffs, but the good news for Demaryius Thomas, he was over 1,000 yards again as a receiver.
6 straight years he's done that. The yards per catch and touchdowns down a little bit. Any of that due to the change at quarterback?
Think about it. For him now, in the last 2 seasons, he's had to get used to 4 different quarterbacks throwing him the football. I think that yards per catch will go back up when he gets some consistency.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes. When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run out to catch, but it worked really well.
To throw is Simeon. And he hits his man on the out route, Demaryius Thomas. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So here we go at 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And some room to maneuver. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Broncos will extend their lead. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And hauled in by Pitta. They got 29 yards there. And the Ravens are going to have a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only only 65. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Now Flacco. And now another one thrown incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens. Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Flacco now on 4th. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So this is now the 4th time in the last 6 Super Bowls that we've had a safety. Obviously, that's strange when you figure during the regular season, on average, you'll see a safety about once every 14 games. So an oddity here, to say the least. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Incomplete on 1st down. Now Flacco on 2nd. Surveying the field. Now he's forced out right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 6 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here's Flacco. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on 3rd down plays. But when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
On 1st down, Flacco eluding the pressure right, letting one go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that 2nd attempt. Out to his left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
So the Broncos coming out now. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
penalty. Anderson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And caught right side, Green. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. On 1st and 10, Simeon. Sanders has it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And certainly a valuable tool to have in your kit, Emmanuel Sanders, and he's shown us quite a bit in this one.
And that's why they wanted to use him immediately. You know they come out of the locker room and say, let's get the ball to him, get our offense jump-started, and in this case, it's worked throughout the game. Thus, they have the lead.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, Simeon. Got his man, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas from 19 yards away. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Here's Flacco. Right side catch. Gilmore. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
He's going to wind up, and now here's another interception. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Ravens haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Broncos have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. They'll line up right at the 22-yard line. The connection will be made from the gun. And this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. The Broncos up by a touchdown. Broncos, now they have it at the 45. Nice work to make the catch in double coverage. And this great play will go for 6. The lead now at 14. Ravens line up at the 3. West is looking for room to run, and he'll go for the score. The Ravens down by 7. Ravens line up at the 46. Flacco's under pressure and throws the pick. Broncos will take it back for the touchdown. The lead now at 14. Midway through the second quarter, Flacco to Smith Sr. in double coverage. And that goes as a 10-yard touchdown, cutting the deficit to 7. Third down from inside the 40. Anderson's going to use solid blocking to break free, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. Lead now at 14. Ravens lined up at the 28. Here the defense will come up with the pick. Harris is the one who makes the pick to give a boost to his defense. Offense now with the shot after the interception. Quick pass and completion is made here, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. The lead now at 19. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. The second half of Super Bowl 51 still to come as we rejoin Brandon and Charles in Houston.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Moore now on the return. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Broncos defense getting ready to go. This will be their first crack here of the second half. We'll see what, if any, adjustments they made in the locker room.
And the bulk of adjustments usually come down to, guys, we did pretty well in the first half. Play with that intensity, with that focus, and we'll adjust anything else they throw at us in the second half.
Second drive here of the second half. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. If Earl Thomas returns, I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, it could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It give it and it take it away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett, he's going to go. Jordan Norwood, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Jordan Norwood, 72 yards, and the Broncos will extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get into the end zone?
They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's get back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And hauled in by Pitta. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. They'll get 23 yards there. And it's good enough for a Baltimore first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Here's Flacco. But he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's third down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Flacco looks to throw. They'll roll him out right. And, they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
You remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
So they're going to go for 2. They'll try to pound it in with Wes. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped them in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now Simeon. He's got time. Now he'll go deep down the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. And now a first down following that long gain. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Flacco gives to Allen. And some room to roam now. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They come out here in the eye. Here's West. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4th down territory. They've got to get it in.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Terrence West, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now we look at C.J. Anderson as he trots back out there and gets set to go on offense. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise? Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he gets going. Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
On the right side, caught by Green. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. It got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They run. Anderson. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? 3 yards left to grab here on third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, they picked up a first down for them, too.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Third down now, C.J. Anderson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Simeon on first down. That's complete right around the 8. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make...
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Justin Forsett taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Broncos will add on to their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
They'll look to throw, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Going up top. And now here is another interception. Picked off back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. In the backfield is Anderson. And he'll get it up the middle. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Play fake to Anderson. Now Simeon. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. So he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Elvis Dumerville, the former Bronco, coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for Denver. Now Campanaro. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back onto the field. They come out here in the eye. They go back to the air. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. DeMarcus Ware from his outside linebacker spot. He gets him down here for a loss of 4. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jared Crick in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack are on their play sheet.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
Here we go. Fourth down, fourth quarter. Flacco. And it is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Second down, 9 yards to go. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
So he's in for his third score of the game, and the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Passing play, Flacco. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case,
and my goodness, another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here's Anderson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st down, this is Forsett. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken